Hello and welcome to April's Flicks, the film and event magazine programme brought to you by Picturehouse Cinemas. My name's Flick, and coming up on this month's show, Audience Award for Best Documentary at this year's Sundance Film Festival, Ben Stiller and Naomi Watts in 40-something indie comedy, 17th century landscape gardening hits the big screen, Marvel Comics superhero team returns, and Flicks Picks, my roundup of live events and special screenings. Acclaimed documentary maker Louise Osmond describes her universally lauded film as Rocky with a horse. And even just watching the trailer just made me want to jump out of my seat and cheer on the Wonder Horse and its unlikely consortium of owners. The extraordinary story of Dream Alliance does exactly what it says on the tin, recounts without frills or seeming embellishment a truly humble and humbling tale of villagers in a depressed Welsh mining town raising a grand national winner on an allotment against seemingly insurmountable odds. It can surely only be a matter of time before this poignant tale receives a Hollywood dramatisation a la Champions or Calendar Girls, as the characters, the heartbreak, the heroism, the whole perfect story is right there.
If that horse only had 3 legs, we would have him. To us, he was like one of the family.
He enriched a lot of lives.
It's elation when you can do something when no one gives you a chance.
I'm so proud to be part of that. It was something coming out of the village, doing good.
And that's something special.
Director Noah Baumbach, Greenberg, Francis Ha, returns with While We're Young, a wry but sensitive look at modern middle age.
Beautiful class.
Oh, thanks.
I really loved your film, Power Relief.
You've seen it.
That scene with the dogs around the garbage. How did you stage that?
Those dogs were just there, and I said, hey, shoot those dogs. Beautiful.
40-something Josh and Cornelia, Stiller and Watts, play a documentarian and his wife, who are the last of their friends not to have children. Josh is charmed by 25-year-old hipster Jamie and his wife Darby, who soon become the couple's friends. The theme that seems to have stretched across Baumbach's last 3 films is when to let go, when to really grow up, but also when to recognise that moment or moments that would allow you to do so. As Josh's character captures at one point, for the first time in my life, I stopped thinking of myself as a child imitating an adult. And it's my guess that the whole audience will nod with recognition.
I don't know how else to say this, but we're worried about you guys.
Do you think that Jamie came to my class so he could meet your dad?
The world isn't a conspiracy against you.
It's like you once saw a sincere person and he's been imitating him ever since. Go back inside!
For the first time in my life, I stopped thinking of myself as a child imitating an adult.
You feel that way too?
What is that, a hoedown?
Hip-hop.
A Little Chaos is Alan Rickman's second foray into directing, the first being The Winter Guest back in 1997. Although set in the gardens of Versailles in 17th century France, this is a feminist film with a modern message. Sabine de Barra is played by Kate Winslet and is a gardener who applies for the assistant designer job to landscape one of the gardens for Louis XIV, played by Alan Rickman. She looks her age, she is not thin, yet she bursts with life and passion and longs to break the restraints placed on nature, as was the gardening fashion at the time. Though an obvious metaphor, the garden as repressed as the women in the court and roses thrown away when their beauty fades, the story dares to address a sensitive issue with a fearless actress.
There's someone you love?
He is the most complete person I know.
You're with that woman. A builder.
I'm a builder, madame.
So be it.
We can flood the garden.
Do it. In the end, we have only our instincts. And although the elements may treat us cruelly, patience, care, and a little warmth from the sun are our best hope.
A The Avengers 2, The Age of Ultron. Joss Whedon returns to write and direct this second outing for the full team. Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, Captain America and Hawkeye are joined by the women characters of Black Widow and Scarlet Witch, Scarlett Johansson and Elizabeth Olsen. Together they must defeat Ultron, an artificial intelligence invented by Tony Stark, Iron Man, to save the world, but has ended up concluding it must destroy humanity in order to carry out its job. An all-star cast including Robert Downey Jr., Samuel L. Jackson and James Spader as Ultron.
We can tear them apart. From the inside.
That's the best you can do!
You had to ask.
Flix Picks, my roundup of a bumper month for live events and special screenings. 2 productions from Shakespeare's Globe this month. On Thursday the 9th, Titus Andronicus. Grotesquely violent and dangerously experimental, Titus was the smash hit of Shakespeare's early career. This production revisits Lucy Bailey's spectacular Globe production of 2006 that caused a stir throughout the UK media with its astonishingly realistic staged violence. And on the 30th, Julius Caesar, Shakespeare's tense drama of high politics, reveals the emotional currents that flow between men in power with themes that still resonate today. On Thursday the 16th, Tom Stoppard returns to the National Theatre with his highly anticipated new play, The Hard Problem, directed by Nicholas Heitner. The play focuses on young psychology researcher Hilary, who is faced with daunting questions. If there is nothing but matter, what is consciousness? And is the day coming when the computer and the fMRI scanner will answer all the questions psychology can ask? On the 19th, live from the Bolshoi Ballet in Moscow, Ivan the Terrible. This epic production dramatises the events of 16th century Russia in visually stunning scenes. The music is drawn from Prokofiev's 1944 Eisenstein film score, and the vigorous choreography also includes great grace and fragility in the female roles. Recently revived, Ivan the Terrible is an essential part of the company's repertoire, a 20th century classic and a wonderful theatrical experience. On the 20th, Vincent van Gogh, A New Way of Seeing. Enjoying complete and unprecedented access to the treasures of Amsterdam's Van Gogh Museum and featuring commentary and analysis from world-renowned historians and curators, this brilliant film marks both a major re-showing of the gallery's collection and the 125th anniversary of Van Gogh's death. On the 25th, from the New York Met, Cavalleria Rusticana and Pagliacci. Opera's most enduring tragic double bill returns in an evocative new production from Sir David McVicar, who sets the action in 2 different time periods in the same Sicilian village, conducted by Met principal conductor Fabio Luisi. That's it for April. Keep up to date on our various social media sites such as Facebook and Twitter, and of course your free magazine Picturehouse Recommends is available at your local venue or to download to your iPad. Thank you for watching and see you again in May. Director Noah Baumbach, Greenberg. Director Noah Baumbach, Greenberg. I've now got a real glitch. Director Noah Baumbach, The Avengers 2, The Age of Ultron. Too much. Was that too hammy? Was it? I think I might just say it normally. Yeah.